the media.
You might do a kick thing back here. Everyone's having a great day. Guys, I hope you're hanging in there. It is just beyond me.
It is
beyond me why a team that can't get out of the second round of the playoffs year in and year out deserves more credit than a team that can go to the Super Bowl and almost win it. Somebody explain this to me because I absolutely don't get it.
You don't get it, do you?
Before we get into all this, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled. Pause. Eagles content creator in all of the internet. As you can subscribe
Twiz Digger, what's up? Logan Motorsport.
So much for all the support.
Angelica Barone. Good evening, Angelica.
Sometimes I feel like this channel is a week ahead of the news.
Oh, here we go.
Of the news.
Here we go. A week ahead.
We were talking about Micah Parsons, what, days ago? Days ago. And now I have to talk about him again. I've already explained why the future Philadelphia
Miss Gibson, what's up?
Is making the comments that he's making. And, you know, it's funny to me because Mark Holmes has been gone. He's been waving the white flag. You know, he didn't want no part of Philly 500 until Micah Parsons made a comment. And then he ran to make a video on it because he thought, oh, this is what I need. This is my smoking gun. But it remains the same. What Micah Parsons said is the same thought process that it was when they went out and he made the comments about Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones. It's the same thing. Micah Parsons,
Dallas Diva, what's up?
Got exposed because he showed his loyalty is with the Eagles and with Philly, and that he would love to play for the Eagles. So now he has to overcompensate. Overcompensate, Mark Holmes, overcompensate, all right? Because it's simple.
It's simple, like
he
Philly.
Got caught favoring Philly too much, and he has to make himself look good.
Oh, we will. We'll get Philly back on.
And obviously, the guy wants to win on the team he's playing for, so I get it, okay? So Mark ran and made a giant video. What he said about
okay.
But the same thing applies to him as it did the other day when we talked about Jalen Hurts and Daniel Jones. This is what Parsons said. Man,
Crystal,
I don't say nothing.
what's up, Crystal?
He doesn't say anything about, except for what he's about to say here. Parsons told Fox News Digital over the phone ahead of the Fanatics Merch Madness fan gear giveaway. When asked about those that believe the Eagles are going to be the best team in the league once again, he said, the work is going to put in. You still got to show up on Sunday, man.
Yeah.
You could have the best lineup in the world. They had the same team they had last year.
Actually, they don't. They lost 7 starters.
Short. It's our turn this year. You got to capitalize on your opportunities. This is our year. And Mark Holmes wanted to run out there and say, yes, I agree with Micah Parsons. It is our year. Let me tell you something.
I didn't say it's our year, but I agree with Micah Parsons about it's not your year.
Mark Holmes or some of these Cowboys fans, how they look at the Eagles and say, they had their shot. They blew their shot.
They blew their wad.
It's over. Their time has passed. But it is our time now. It is our time. Your team has had how many years since 2016 when Dak Prescott was a rookie to do something, and they have done nothing. They have absolutely done nothing.
I'd say they beat you guys 8 times. Philly.
Some calculations of disgusting cornbread. Maybe it's like gluten-free cornbread or something. I think
Cold Cowboys, what's up?
You know, it's some messed up logic in their heads and Mark Holmes' heads that thinks the Eagles' window is closed, but the Cowboys'
Lady
window is
Libra,
open.
what's up?
But what planet are we on?
What's up? What planet are you on, Philly?
The Eagles are stocked, locked, and they're ready. I'm not going to continue to that because then I have to pause. But I don't honestly. I don't get it. I don't
get it.
Why the Eagles
I
window
don't
has
get
closed
it.
when they have loaded up with young talent. The Eagles window
8
is
times
just
that was
open.
fluke.
It is the
So Dak
Cowboys
Prescott
window
scoring
that has
40 plus
closed.
points
It is
the last 3 games
Cowboys
against you is a fluke.
who have blown their
okay.
opportunity. Cowboys
Okay.
fans, they want to talk about Dak Prescott's record
Cornbread
against
does sound good
the
right now.
Eagles and the NFC East, like it's the same thing as going to a Super Bowl. But what they fail to understand is this: Dak Prescott did have a good record and does have a good record against the NFC East. He does, but he also what that means is he blew his shot. He had a great record against the division, couldn't win back-to-back divisions. Okay, couldn't get past the second round of the playoffs.
I'm sorry, and you guys are winning back-to-back divisions?
You have the Eagles who, from 2017 on,
have you
they
guys
kinda
got
were
enough
up
of
and
this?
down,
Have you
kind
gotten
of in
enough?
transition. But now they're built as a powerhouse. They're not going anywhere. The Giants have even improved. Washington has even improved. So what it tells me when you look at Dak Prescott's record and why the Cowboy fans get it wrong is he blew his opportunity to own a division, to have a great record division and do something. He's done nothing. Your window is closing, my friend, not the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? And Micah Parsons knows it. That's why he's a future Philadelphia Eagle.
Okay.
And here's the
here's the thing. I've had enough. I've had enough. So, in case, I see we have plenty of Eagle fans here. Hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. And let me do this.
Right the way, here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother honker thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow!
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to the live stream here. We are here, like I said, at the Red Brick House. My man Jet D is actually downstairs putting some tile up. He'll be here. Miss Jackie, what's up, Miss Jackie? Shout out to Miss Jackie. Haven't seen her in a while. How you doing? Gina Dallas Diva, what's going on? All the ladies in the place with the style and the grace. I appreciate everybody being here. If you, I know your head probably hurts listening to Philly 500, like that. But every single day, he texts me with a link to a video that's all about the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know that he does any content about the Eagles per se. I mean, it's always just a reaction to Mark Holmes and the Dallas Cowboys. I'm trying to, Lola, Miss Hot Sauce, who's got her 2 blue balls now. 2 blue balls, you got them. Glad you finally got your blue balls. And they look great on your racks. The blue balls look great on your racks. Pause. Debo, why did he he texted me this one. This one right here. Okay, so here's the thing. In his delusional mind, and let me say, the public service announcement here, check out Cole's Cowboys. He's got a YouTube channel, okay? And he is killing Eagles, killing them on Twitter, okay? Shout out to Cole's Cowboys. Mark, did you get my picture? Yes, I saw the picture. I forgot to download it. I got to add it. It's been crazy here working on the Red Brick House. We're getting closer and closer. I'm actually sitting in AC right now. I am sitting with air conditioning on in the upstairs here. Yes. Lola, he's in a mood. I'm in a mood? Or Philly's in a mood? Okay, so Philly 500 every day is going through and just trying to trash the Cowboys. Their window's closing. Micah Parsons doesn't really want to be a Dallas Cowboy. He wants to be an Eagle. So he's trying to cover it up by talking smack. It's like, what? Are you serious? So, Philadelphia. Did somebody say Philadelphia? Okay, because he's here. But let's think about this for a second, because what promoted, everything I say triggers Philly 500, okay? Literally, everything I say triggers Philly 500. So I was going by Micah Parsons. Shout out to Micah Parsons, who come July 10th, he will be having his first kids football camp in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, on the 10th. Okay, on the 10th. Okay. So shout out to Micah having his very first one. You know that's going to be, oh man, you know that's going to be good. So we'll see about what we see about that. But anyway, Micah Parsons has gone on and said, listen, the Eagles had their chance, okay? And quite frankly, when you look at it, okay, this is not me talking out, my ass here, excuse my language, pause. I guess talking at your ass would be farting, wouldn't it? That'd be gas. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry, I digress, pause. Evening, Regina Green, what's up, what's up, what's up? Okay. Typically, since the 2004 season, Game Time, what's up, Game Time? Game Time, I got to watch your video because I saw it, but I didn't have time to when I was setting up in here. But you were saying, while we are fighting amongst each other, as in Philly 500 and myself, and you said, watch somebody. And I'm assuming that you were talking about maybe the Giants being able to sneak up on us, that we should be scared of the Giants. Oh God, I almost did it with the straight face. And I saw, I didn't have a chance to watch it either, but I saw Cop Pizzle that had a video yesterday that said, I've been thinking. And it probably took him a while, and it probably hurt. But be that as it may, I got to check that out, Game Time. Definitely check out my man, Game Time Brian. He's putting in the work. In fact, Game Time, I got to get together with you. Got to get together with Philly 500. Got to get together with Primetime Phil. Got to get together with Cole's Cowboys because we got a lot to talk about. But Micah Parsons basically has kind of gone through and said, you had your chance. Chances are you don't win the division again. We've seen 3 teams win the Super Bowl in the NFC East and then still not win the division the next year. It's the truth. I'm not lying. Uh-oh, we got a new channel member. Hold up. I see it says new channel member. All right. Who's the new channel member? Whoever is the new channel member, I appreciate you becoming a channel member. Make sure you go to the community tab. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the community tab for channel members that'll take you to our Thrive site. So that way you can get your blue ball or silver ball. I don't know which ones are left. And your shot glass. And thank you for becoming a channel member. Okay, so you look at that. Teams don't repeat in the NFC East. That's the first thing. And now you get the first place schedule. So unlike some of the stiffs that you played last year, like, the Bears that you barely beat and the Colts that you barely beat, Primetime. Check out Primetime because he'll be tomorrow night, Saturday night. Primetime and Game Time, 7 o'clock. Or is it 8 o'clock? I get the notification. Time has no meaning here at the Red Brick House. I get here early in the morning. And then I leave out here at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So time has no meaning. It just keeps slipping into the future. So then there's the second thing of teams that are losers in the Super Bowl usually start a slow climb down. Think about the Carolina Panthers that were 15-1, went into the Super Bowl, lost to Denver, and basically haven't returned to the playoffs since. Think about that. Think about the Atlanta Falcons. They blew huge lead at halftime. I think they made the playoffs the next year, but they didn't win the division. And they've been since going downhill. So if the Eagles, maybe they can buck the trends. Maybe they can do something that is not typical, because here's what happens to you. One, playing in the Super Bowl, you play longer. Two, you lose some talent. They lost 7 starters. 3, people want your coaches. You lost 2 coordinators. 4, you get a lot of guys that think this shit's easy, and they relax a bit after being in the Super Bowl. 5, you got a tougher schedule. You're playing first place teams that were first place last year. 6, people look at you and say, if we beat those guys, oh, where'd my camera go? Where's my camera? There we go. If we beat those guys, that means we're a good team. Right? Those are all problems that they have. Now, it's funny to me because here's what was crazy. And again, what triggered Philly 500. I saw a list of the top 25 under 25. And for Philly 500 to say, oh man, your window is closed. We got 2 players in the top 25 under 25, right? Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb. Those are 2 great pieces on each side of the football. But when I was going through the list, they got Jordan Davis on there, and I was kind of like, he's got potential, but are we looking at really saying that he is one of the top 25 players under 25? Off of what he did last year? I mean, again, I know Philly's a homer. I know I'm an anti-Eagle guy, but do you guys, am I wrong? Am I wrong? I agree. The whole NFC East has got a hard schedule, and I recognize that. Philly 500, he literally is going through and saying, we're a powerhouse. We're better than everybody. We're going to go to the Super Bowl right now. You see, they excluded Jalen because he's about to be 25. Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. But here's the thing. Twiz, do you think Jordan Davis is a top 25? I'm sorry, I don't see that one. Because to me, here's what I'd say. If Jordan Davis is on the list, you got to put Tyler Smith in there. Tyler Smith, who came in, worked out as a guard, shifted to tackle, left tackle for Tyron Smith, and helped anchor the line. Now, he wasn't perfect by any stretch of imagination, but that boy is good. That's projecting. Yeah, projecting. People were projecting after his rookie year, Chase Young being dominant and being a generational talent. And now you've got Washington looking at trying to get rid of him because he's looking kind of like maybe he's a bust. Alan, that was Game Time smartass. He is a smartass. Game Time, he'll put you in your place in a minute. And he's been triggering Eagle fans by actually going through the true numbers. What's up, Sheila? How you doing? Hey, GA, what's going on? What about Diggs? Well, you got Diggs, and see, there you go. You got Diggs, Tyler Smith, Micah Parsons. Well, yeah, Diggs is under 25. So I'm like, you could go through on the list. So when you say the Cowboys window is closing, I look and I see the next generation of talent on the Dallas Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, Diggs, Micah Parsons, Tyler Smith, right there. I know I'm jaded. I know I'm a homer, but it's kind of hard to look at Diggs and not say, or am I wrong? Is Diggs over 25? Wait a minute, let's look. hold it. Because he might be over. Nope, he's 24 years old. So you sit here and look at a guy who's got 17 interceptions. It's got more than that. Hold on. He's got more than 17 interceptions. Hold on. Well, I guess it is 17. Okay. 17 interceptions already in his career. He's 24 years old. So you're telling me, so wait a minute. Let me see if I got this straight. You're telling me that Jordan Davis is better than Diggs and Tyler Smith? See, that's one of those ones that they looked at and said, we got to put an eagle on there. We got to put an eagle on. Hey, come on. Game time, you will not trigger me. All right. So how can you say the Cowboys window is closed? Okay, even if you don't put Diggs on the list, even if you don't put Tyler Smith on the list, you look at those guys and say, they're really good. They smoking that stuff. Dwayne Sweeney, you were 100% right. I wouldn't care about this offseason rankings. Oh, I wouldn't care about it either, except for literally Philly 500 just going on and on and on and on about Mark Holmes. Mark Holmes is not doing videos. Mark Holmes is scared. The Dallas Cowboys, they're going to get killed. The Eagles, they're the best team in the history of football, by far. It's like, okay, all right. But let's dig into a couple things here. And I may be crazy, but Dan Quinn is truly a mad scientist, okay? Not only with the X's and O's. Not only with the X's and O's. He's come up with some, he's come up with the tweeners, okay? The position flex guys. It used to be called tweeners, but it's really position flex. He's got that heavy nickel where he's got safeties that are like linebackers and things like that. You got Micah Parsons as the ultimate weapon. They should do a movie about him. Like, he's like a universal soldier and stuff, that he's got all these different weapons he can just strap on and stuff, and using him all over the place. He is a teacher of men, but I think he's also a psychologist. Anybody? Tony C, what's up? Anybody understand what I'm talking about? Because he seems to know how to get inside the guys' heads and find out what makes them tick and use that. Because, see, that's, to me, the biggest offseason move the Cowboys made was bringing back that guy, because that guy, to me, is worth a couple more wins just having him as a coach, because he is that good. Here's what hit me. The Cowboys have become the Legion of Boom 2. Quinn is overrated, and I'm a Cowboy fan for life. So, do you remember 2020? You don't remember 2020, do you? Let me do this. Hold on. Let me pull this up, because for somebody to say that Dan Quinn is overrated. Let's go to the numbers here real quick. For somebody to actually say Dan Quinn is overrated. All right, so let's look at this. So the Cowboys in 2020 with Mike Nolan as the coach, defensive rank 28th in scoring defense, 23rd in yardage. They gave up 6,183 yards. That's a lot. They gave up a team record 473 points. Ouch. They gave up 5 yards per rush. They gave up 34 TD passes. They gave up 20 rushing touchdowns. And wow, that's pretty bad. Now, let's go through here real quick here, and let's go to 2022. So 28th and 23rd. So they went to 28th to 5th in scoring defense. In yardage, they gave up, they were 12th. Number 1 at takeaways 2 years in a row. Gave up only 23 touchdown passes. Only gave up 9 rushing touchdowns as opposed to the 20 and 30 that they gave up in 2020. Instead of 5 yards per carry, they gave up 4.4, which is Achilles' heel. That's the problem for the defense that they're trying to address. So I'm sitting here looking at the numbers here, and I don't see how you can say that Dan Quinn is overrated. I don't see how in 2 years jumping up 23 spots. 23 spots is overrated. I have to disagree with you on that one. They were the worst defense in the history of the Dallas Cowboys in 2020. That's what I'm saying. They went from the worst to a top 5. And you believe when you're looking at now they're getting better pieces to go along with it. I don't know how much more a guy can do in 2 seasons. From the worst the Cowboys have had to shades of doomsday. James Snyder, shout out to James Snyder, 19 months as a channel member. The house is coming along. It is coming along. We actually have a death. Nathan David, thank you very much. Do we have a date for training camp? Am I going this year? I'm still debating because if I go, it would be probably the first week in August. Because here's the thing. You want to be there day 1 of pads because they'll have back-to-back padded practices. When we were there last year, I missed the morning practice, the first padded practice. I was there for the second one, great practice. Third day was a walk-through scrimmage. Because the problem is basically they got about 3 practices. John Jones, shout out to you, being a member for 9 months. Basically, you get about 3 practices a week. So you're looking and going and saying, I got to go to California for a week. Now, if you're in Cali and you can just go up the coast and go, hey, it's real easy. But I'm sitting here looking at it and thinking about how much it actually cost last year between the flights, the car rental, the hotel, and everything else. It's like, is it worth it for 3 practices? And I don't have that answer just yet. I'm going to have to see how I'm doing with the house here. If we can get things turned around here in about 2 weeks where we're getting closer, then I'll probably think about it then. So that's where we're looking at it. And also, too, let me say shout out. I don't have all my numbers and stuff here, so we won't be able to do the drawing here tonight, but we'll do it on Monday because I'll be back home. But shout out to everybody who has donated to help out Rashid. It's over $1,700 on there. Appreciate you guys. We will be giving away another one of the autograph plaques on Monday when I'm home. You're considering the camp, but it's kind of what. And see, that's the thing. I don't know about you, game time, but it was Plane ticket was over. Well, the gas prices were higher then too, but the plane ticket was over $600, and then the price of gas out there was over like $5 a gallon too. And the car rentals in LA ain't cheap either. So it's like you're planning on you're going to spend a couple of grand to go ahead and go. It's not like when we went to the draft and we just drove and all of us hung out in the same room and everything else, and it was about $400. That wasn't bad. But going to the West Coast, that's a long way to go. So I think I'm thinking I would round trip or road trip. No, that's to do a road trip to California from the East Coast. Plane ticket, yeah, the round trip plane ticket was $680. Me and my wife went with us too. Lowest price for gas in Oxnard right now is $4.75. It's still high. Damn. So I don't know. I'm still debating on that. Like I said, we're working on getting this place done, and it's getting closer every day. It's getting a lot closer. Sorry, I haven't been on. Zach, that's Zach Attack. That's okay. Just busy with my job at Jack in the Box, so I can see you. I got my Giants tickets. Okay. Well, that's game time. Actually, that's the thing we were talking about doing is doing a road trip up for the Giants game, Michael, and we'll see if Rashid how he's going to be able to do with his foot. That Strange is not in Dallas. No, the Cowboys have always gone to California. It used to be Thousand Oaks, and of course, here's the thing. Cowboys are worldwide. They've got a lot of fans that are in California because they would always go to Thousand Oaks. And you go to training camp, although training camp has evolved from the first one I went to in 2012. If you've been to training camp recently, okay, you know where the players come in at from the hotel? James, it's like a beer. Okay, the first year I went to training camp, this is, okay, you know where the players come in, right? There's that wall, and then there's all those townhouses. That first year, there were no townhouses there. There was actually bleachers on that side. There was trees, and there was shade. And if you were a member, if you're a Dallas Cowboy, fan member, you got to go to where the fence line is now. Otherwise, they had bleachers with like a fence in front of it, so you couldn't go across that. It was nice then. It was really, really nice because you weren't sitting out in the sun. There was plenty of space. There was parking over there on that side. And they were doing 2-a-day practices. So in the morning, they'd have a walkthrough, and then in the afternoon, they'd have a full practice. And they practiced like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and, or if they had a scrimmage, then they backed it off on Friday. Marylawn, what's up? But now, they cancel practices. They changed them. They moved the time earlier. They say it's a scrimmage, but then it's really a walkthrough. So you don't really know what you're going to get. Am I alone? Actually, Lola, I'm here with all the spirits. And Jet is downstairs doing some tile work and things. So he's supposed to be joining me, but I guess he's trying to get that tile finished. Yeah, I agree with you. The practice fields, the fields are the same. They have it set up the same. But here's the other thing they do too. Okay, so they have the bleachers up there, right? If you're not, a true blue member, then you have to be on the bleachers. You can't get down on the fence close to the players. You can't go to the other side of the field either. And after last year, if you guys remember when we had the one-handed catch, the Odell catch in the corner of the end zone, I can't remember the guy who had it, but he ended up dropping off the face of the earth. And everybody's like, oh, we got Odell Beckham. It's like, okay, it was one catch in practice. The problem was there were people that were walking from that side back to the other side, and when he ended up catching the ball out of bounds, he got really close to people. So then they changed it so if you were on one side, you had to stay on that side. And the problem was Sometimes they practice in that field. Sometimes they practice in the other one. And if you go over to the other side to get closer to the field and they end up practicing on the other one, you can't go back. You are stuck there. Now, here's the other thing that they did, and I didn't do it. They have the Cowboys, like, total access package or something. I forgot what it's called, but it's like $300. So they have behind the end zone there, which is also closer to the players. The players will come in there and do autographs and stuff. It's in the shade. They got tables and things for you to sit at. It's great because you've got the players' family and things in there. It's great. You can sit there. You can be like, like you're a VIP, but that's a Vasher. Yeah, there you go, Glimmer. Yeah, Vasher caught that, as tall as Vasher was, caught that catch out of bounds, and he almost ran into some people. So that's when the Cowboys went off and said, Mike McCarthy was like, they're not to be going back and forth during practice. So you either get there before practice and you get on that side and you stay on that side. And if you got to go to the bathroom, because there was a little kid who needed to go to the bathroom, they're like, sorry, can't go. Or you can go, but you're going to go right here. You can't go on the other side of the field. And so that's where it's not quite as fun as it used to be. It was crazy because I was licking my chops because looking at the practice schedule, it said Wednesday scrimmage. And I was like, ooh, we got a scrimmage. And it was supposed to be at 10:30. I got there early to set up my equipment. And it started at 9:30. And it lasted for 40 minutes. And as I'm leaving, most people were coming in to watch. And it was a walkthrough. So it's kind of like, damn. It's 10 o'clock and we done. And then they were off on Thursday. They need porta potty. Oh, well, they have, okay, Glimmerman. They have porta potties, but they're on the other side. And see, because Jerry Jones pissed off whoever it was with the townhouses, they built the townhouses like right up. There's a wall. There's a wall, and there's about maybe 12 feet from the wall to the fence to where the fields are. You're close to the fields. If they're practicing there, you're close to the field and the players. It's great. But there ain't no room for no porta potty because it's also a hill. It's kind of sloped like that. So you stretch out your calves real good. So I've done it 4 times, so I don't know. Cowboys 14-3, truth. I think it would be better to go to the Giants game. Well, there he is. Somebody just asked, are you alone? I said, well, there's the spirits that are here.
Spirits are here, man.
20 until proven. Oh, my God, you Eagle fans. Grab the chair, man. We have Jet D in the house. Former rodeo bull rider, okay? Yeah. I'm more of a rodeo clown. Actually, I'm not even a clown. I'm not going out there to fuck with the bulls. I'm not going out there. All right, so you know Philly 500 has lost his mind.
I know. I'm not sure what meds he's on, but he's on something stout.
I think he needs to be on some meds.
He might need to be.
He's going kind of crazy. Lola, what's up, Miss Hot Sauce? I asked. What did you ask, Miss Lola?
Hey, Lola.
Angelica, hey, Jet. See, look at it. Oh, look. All of a sudden now, all the ladies are chiming in now. Oh, Jet's here. Oh, eye candy. We tired of looking at Mark's old ass. Okay. Game time. What's up, Game time?
Show the respect here. Hey, Game time.
They can't afford to get players hurt anymore in practice. But see, here's the thing. Let me ask you this. Okay, yeah. See, I'm curious. Being a bull rider.
Right.
How do you practice for bull riding?
So, good question. But actually, like, we would take, there's nothing like just doing it there's
Okay.
there's no simulation. So like you always talk about the practices and everything.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's like I'm telling you, them not having actual real padded practices, they're gonna get hurt worse because they're not.
I swear, I think they do because you.
We
had
but
six-
bull riding. It's the same way. Like
So I mean,
any professional sport is that way though, until you actually do it.
okay, NASCAR drivers.
Yeah.
If they practice at 55 miles an hour
Other than
and then have to go drive 200 miles an hour,
no, it doesn't. Nothing,
if you only practice at 55, it's not the same as going 200.
it's not. It's not the same.
So, I mean, believe me, trust me, okay? You weren't here last night when I stepped in, popped my knee, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was
Okay. No, I stepped, me and my brother were moving all the decking and stuff over there and stuff and things, and I stepped into one of the holes with this leg, but this one just like bent real bad. But when you practice, you learn how to protect yourself.
Exactly.
And I believe your body actually gets used to it. Now, I'm going to say, in high school and in college, I know I got concussions many, many times, and basically it's like rub some dirt on it. In fact, last night when I stepped in the hole, I ended up taking some dirt, and I rubbed some dirt on it last night and things. And of course, my wife was like, "Why are you so dirty?" It's because I rubbed some dirt on it, honey. I fell and hurt myself. But I don't, the Eagles canceled their mini camp.
Right.
Training camp is now 16 padded practice
I know,
maximum.
I know. It's
We had
ignorant.
in the first thing in the morning, and even in high school. High school we had, practice
yeah.
at 8:00. We had a special teams practice at 1:00. Then we had a full team padded practice. David Wiley, what's up, David?
Wiley, what's up, brother?
Jed, how's that kitchen look for David?
Oh man, bro. I can't wait to throw down with you in here, man. This is a tight,
Lordy.
sexy looking kitchen.
And Jed might be bringing his smoker over here for the 4th of July to
I'll
be
probably
smoking
bring it
some
this weekend.
briskets and stuff. So yeah, it's going down for real here. But we practiced like that for like 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
There used to be 6 preseason games in the NFL.
Yeah.
And guys hit. Now, I'm all for having the soft helmets, in practice and things like that.
The protection's a thing, but
here's the thing: when you don't get tackled
nope.
in practice.
Nope.
So if you're so let's say Dak Prescott. The last time Dak Prescott got tackled was against the 49ers.
Yeah.
And he won't be touched until that's if the Giants actually touch him.
Right. If they do.
He'll go through all training camp. Now maybe he'll play some in preseason. I don't know. Now quarterbacks don't even play in preseason.
Back, right. Yep.
So
he's probably smart enough to be playing in his backyard, but still.
but he's not getting tackled.
No.
And you learn how to, when you fall down a lot like me, you learn how to fall and catch yourself. Mac Jones going to throw for 400 on the Eagles. Okay, Coles, I don't know about that one. But the Eagles, I think the Eagles aren't as good as everybody thinks they are. I think the Eagles, the 6 players they lost on defense, I'm telling you, the defensive coordinator, as much as you guys say, we hate him.
All turnover.
And as much as people say, well, you lost Kellen Moore, you lost the coordinator. It's like, y'all lost 2.
Yeah. Good riddance, Kellen Moore. I might say. But something I will say, and it was one of the things my coach always said was, he was like, practice doesn't make perfect. He's like, perfect practice makes perfect.
There you
go. So if you're not doing the real deal, it ain't the same. But you can practice all you want, it ain't the same.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's actually one of the advantages I think the Cowboys have is with Dak Prescott having the field at his house,
his backyard,
and being the playground.
He has his buddies over there.
They're always over there.
Oh, they're throwing down.
And see, now here's the thing with the Eagles. So, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? And I know we're focusing in. So again, I've got to check out Game Time's video because I know he's saying, we're fighting it out between the two of us. Somebody else could sneak up, and pass us. So we won't do that. But here's the thing with the Eagles. The Eagles were second highest scoring offense, right? Averaged like 29.1 points a game, right?
Yep.
The Cowboys, and they went out and they got great players. I'm not going to say that the players are ass like the Eagles are. You have great players. A.J. Brown made all the difference in the world. Devontae Smith has actually come around and played well. Dallas Goedert is one of the best tight ends in football. And Jalen Hurts had a phenomenal season. Your offensive line was great last year, right? Compare that to the Cowboys team last year. Our offensive line had so many different lineups because Tyron Smith went out.
Shifting all the time.
Terrence Steele went out.
Yep.
We never really resolved the left guard. We had a 40-year-old Jason Peters who could only play so many plays. Our offensive line was nowhere near what the Eagles was, right?
Oh, it wasn't.
CeeDee Lamb, I'll take CeeDee Lamb over A.J. Brown in a heartbeat. But I don't know that I would have taken anybody on after CeeDee, as far as receivers go. I looked at the Eagles and say, y'all had better talent there. I would look at the Eagles and say, you definitely had a better tight end, right? It's hard to argue. I'm saying, I'm giving you credit. But here's the thing that's crazy. With Noah Brown, a.k.a. Clifford Franklin, and a gimpy Michael Gallup, with Dak Prescott, we still average more points, over 30 points a game.
I know.
So this whole thing of, the Eagles, the Eagles' offense is so great. But wait a minute.
No.
Didn't we just add
No.
Brandon Cooks? That's a positive for
Huge.
offense.
Absolutely.
I honestly think that Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot getting their second year will be better as far as tight end. I don't think they'll be as good as Dallas Goedert. I'm not going to say that he is.
No,
that guy is really good. But I think we're going to get better production than Dalton Schultz, who got injured early part of the season and was still trying to stay out there because he was trying to get that contract that never came through.
Yep.
And if you look at his EPA, he was the worst one on the Cowboys offense.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, they lost Miles Sanders.
I know.
Now, I know they got DeAndre Swift, but Swift, I'll take Miles Sanders over Swift. And Swift kind of gets injured and nicked up.
Yes. Yep.
So I'm sitting there looking at this and saying, have the Eagles kind of hit their peak?
So here's the other thing, because I was literally just up in Philly. My mom was getting surgery up there and all that. Anyway,
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah, and she's doing amazing. So appreciate all the prayers, you guys. But was up there. The other thing that people weren't thinking about is Jalen Hurts has a reckoning coming, just like every quarterback that's a running quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They have a reckoning coming where they have to make the shift. I think this is going to be his year where he's got to throw more. He's.
I'm so salty. What do you mean I'm so salty, J-Rock? I literally have Philly 500 every day telling me how great the Eagles are, and if I respond, I'm salty. Listen. I don't think I'm salty. I'm actually here's the difference. I don't think you Eagle fans understand an intelligent conversation. Because that's what I thought we were actually having. I'm going through the numbers. I gave you how am I salty when I gave you credit and said there's no way in the world that my tight ends are going to be as good as Dallas Goedert? I said your quarterback had a great season and he's a good guy. But here's the thing that's going to happen with Jalen Hurts is defensive coordinators and their coaching staff have a whole off season to study everything that you do and to figure out how to stop you. Because you look
He's not the new boy anymore.
I'm going to tell. Okay, this.
I'm with you.
If I were to say, let me drop the mic and I can die a happy man, I actually had that moment in 2012 because of my wonderful bride. I went to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. To make a long story short, had Roger Staubach. I got to drive him back to his hotel. 15 minutes of me one-on-one with Roger Staubach looking at his first Super Bowl ring. And we had a conversation about RG3 and was he going to revolutionize football? This is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of football.
Oh, yeah.
I know Eagles, you won't agree with that, and that's fine because you won't recognize. But listen, We were talking about RG3 and the pistol offense revolutionizing football.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was like, quite frankly, I said, Roger, I said, all you got to do is, when he comes around that end one time, is you knock the shit out of him.
Yep.
And he'll think twice about that. And what happened with RG3?
Yep.
They found out, keep him in the pocket, make him throw. But now, I'm going to guarantee one thing. I guarantee Jalen Hurts will have half as many rushing touchdowns up the middle.
See, I would agree on that.
Because if I'm a defensive coordinator, he might beat me outside.
But no,
But I'll be goddamn if I'm going to leave the middle of the field open for him to just go like the party of the Red Sea.
Yep.
And I think that Overshone, our linebacker, who has originally came to college as a safety, that's the reason why you bring in a guy like that. Because and you look at Damone Clark, who may be in a starting role. You look at Micah Parsons. You have speed to be like heat-seeking missiles to track him down. And to me, I think that's what the Cowboys defense is looking at.
Yeah.
How are we going to stop these running quarterbacks?
Yep.
And see, the biggest key on here, because see, this is the problem for the Cowboys. And I've gone through for year after year after year and talked about that roll-off dumpster full of dirt in the middle of the field.
Yep.
Because you think about Aaron Rodgers, usually has all day. All freaking day, because it's like the party of the Red Sea. He's got a clear field of the view of the field.
Yep.
Tom Brady lost the Super Bowls because teams put pressure up the middle.
Yep.
He couldn't stand that, and that's the difference. And hopefully, Mozzie Smith, as a rookie, can do that along with Hankins. If you can clog up the middle and get your hands up, get that big paw up, the quarterback can't see. He's got to step to the side and things. Or he's going to worry about that guy coming up in his face, and that makes the ends more effective. And see, that's what you guys aren't taking into consideration. You're thinking that, well, Jalen Hurts, he's just arrived, and this is going to be how it's always going to be. No.
No, it's not.
Teams are going to counter you guys. I can guarantee it.
No, they learn them.
They learn.
They learn, and they know it's not complicated, not rocket science. They study this shit for a long time.
Right.
That's what the defense.
And see, that's where
do.
You know, and this has been part of the problem to me with the Cowboys is the Cowboys never evolved.
No, we didn't.
And you think about the 2016 season. You know, everything was great. You had Zeke feasting and all that. Dak Prescott dinking and dunking and everything else. We were good. And I remember, what's the Amazon show? All or Nothing.
Yeah.
And they showed the show when they played against Denver. And Denver put 8 men in the box. They stopped Zeke. And I remember seeing the coaching staff. And the coaches were like, well, they're stopping the run. What do we do? It's like they didn't have anything other than, we don't know what to do. What do we do?
I know.
And see, if you don't change and evolve, you're like a dinosaur and you die.
Yeah, exactly right.
So I don't know what the Eagles have planned, but to me, having 2 new coordinators and trying to put 7 new starters.
That's right.
To me, you should have the mini camps. But that's just me. I just think that you would want to have as much time as possible. Step on Jason Kelce cleat on that Hail Mary. Okay. I love weed. What's up, man? Pass the Dutchie from the left. Josh, his receivers were wide open, running back. And see, and here's the thing for the Cowboys. You know, I know Philly says our window is closing, but Brandon Cooks, if he can get deep,
oh man,
the fact that CeeDee Lamb got all the catches he did without another threat,
boy,
that'll open up things for everybody.
Brandon Cook is, I know he's old, but he's still got yak, man. He's still got, you give him a catch, he's got the yak. He'll get the yards after the carry. He really will. He still does. It's proven. I mean, it's not even something you have to make up. It's there.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Numbers are there.
Yeah. So, you know, I appreciate, boy, time is flying by. It's 9:54.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody being here as we get ready to roll on through.
I'm gonna roll out. I'm gonna come back, but yeah. I'm getting a change of clothes and everything, so I'll be back.
Oh, okay. How long will it take you?
Start again. It's Yeah.
About an hour?
Yeah.
It's like, I can sit here and drink a Mike's lemonade here and wait for you to come back. We can stay up all
Appreciate
day.
you
We can
guys.
stay up all day talking shit. No, it's like, yeah, but then we ain't getting talk. Actually, I'll be here at 6 in the morning because the guys are going to be.
Okay, doing something.
You'll be like, oh, fuck.
It don't matter to me.
Breaking news, Dak just twins digga. Dak just threw another intercept. But you know what's funny though? He threw all those interceptions but still put a 40 burger up on your ass and beat
did.
you.
He
Didn't
did.
he? Didn't he?
Sure
ha! Dak Prescott just put up another 40 burger on the Eagles. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
He owns the Eagles.
All right, well, I'll see you
I'll
in
see
the
you- I'll see you in the morning or
in
tonight,
like 8
whatever.
hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, Philly 5. Little Philly. Listen, everybody sounds like losers make. Dallas days are over. Eagles just getting started. Oh, Lordy. Little Philly. Hey, Philly.
Like
Just
the way
getting started.
here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my dad. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow.
Hey, Philly 500. I've got a one hellacious kitchen here that we have built. Okay, we got 2.5 inch thick butcher block, 8 feet by 4 foot. We got the stove in there. My man Jet is bringing a 250-gallon smoker. He's gonna be smoking briskets and pork butts and burnt ends and everything else for the 4th of July, bro. The meats will be here, dog. But no meats for you. No meats for you, Philly 500. 0. Breaking news. Oh, no. Don't say that. That's not nice, James. Eagles just getting started on them fumbles. Ooh. It's going to be a fun season. That's all I have to say. It's going to be fun. Philly, you do the same. Eagles golden era. Okay. Does anybody, Pop's question, does anybody know who lost the Super Bowl? Oh, man, Cowboys Mafia, man. Damn, shots fired. You're coming for the meats. Oh, there's definitely going to be some meats. Mark crying about me making a video when he puts me in the title of the video. Philly, I only respond to, oh, Lordy. Son. Did I tell you I love you today, son? Did I tell you that? Canton Mark D-Ware. I love weed. I think actually that's what I'm thinking about doing is we're going to probably, it was a joke. I think actually more so going to Canton since we got not one, but 2 Dallas Cowboys players. Chuck Howley is going in. That's right. 2 more Dallas Cowboys are going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Philly 500. Sack, fumbles, and interceptions are on the defense. Anyone know the last Cowboys time? You know, it's funny that you all joke us about it taking, as long as it has for us to get back there. And I agree. I would like to get back there again sooner. But you do know, Philly, it did take you guys, 54 years? 52 years? 53? I can't remember when it was. Something like that, Philly? 1996. It was a good year. Alrighty. What's up, Hope all's well? I just arrived at the coast of North Carolina for a family vacation. Chris Wise, enjoy your vacation. Philly, I'm just saying that you seem to be that you talk too much and that you never shut up. I mean, you talk too much and you never shut up. Casey Stewart, what's up, Casey? Long time no see, girl. Who lost in the second round? There you go. Does anyone know how long it took Philly to win their first Super Bowl? 50-some years. Oh, but that's over now. Let's talk about the present. You mean, oh, okay, so we want to talk about your loss in the Super Bowl this year then, Philly? Is that it? We had a bad blizzard. That's what I remember about that year, and not Cow Pies winning. Okay. It's funny to me how everyone is obsessed with our Dallas Cowboys. I've never seen people so obsessed with a team that is trash in all haters' eyes. I agree. Cowboys had the most valuable player back then. Okay. I love weed. I turned 50. I'm still deciding I'm only an hour away from Canton. Oh, shit. If you're only an hour away, man, you got it made. Wait a minute, Philly. Hold it, Philly. You literally have been doing videos saying, I don't know where Mark Holmes is. Where is Mark Holmes? It's like, you literally, Mark, come out to play. Mark, come out and play. I mean, seriously. Ward family, what's up, man? Hopefully, Ward, every time that there's 2 train tracks that are a couple hundred yards away from me, and every time the train comes through, I think about you. I was like, I wonder if I put something on the track and the train derailed, I might be able to see Ward family. But that's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. Okay. You're from North Carolina. Mark, you're doing a video about, okay. Since Philly 500 came back from vacation, I don't know if he came back with a bag or something. I don't know what he came back from vacation with, but Philly has been on some shit. Look, let me make sure I can do this where you don't see it. Hold up. Look, okay. These are, okay, so I said, laugh out loud, you're working overtime. These are all, every day, links to videos from him. And he's got, Mark Holmes, I'm coming for your meats. Okay? He's got the clips of me and Michael Anthony Fitness reaction going on. The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. Okay? At the end of his videos, Mark Holmes, the sander of wood and cooker of meats. It's like, Philly, what would you do? What would your life be without Mark Holmes? I'm just wondering. What would it be like without Mark Holmes and his meats? All right, well, good people, I hate to say this, but I need to carry my ass over to my in-laws' house and get cleaned up and go to bed because I got to be here at 6 a.m. in the morning to meet the guys to help finish off the siding. So, release Philly's phone number. No, I'm not going to do that. That's my son. That's my boy. That's my boy. I don't wish my son any bodily harm. That's my boy.
Right away, here, and so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way.
There we go. And with that being said, we are going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate everybody being here. And I apologize that we've been so busy working on the house here, but I had to respond to Philly 500. So as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Monday we'll do a drawing for everybody who donated in the super chats and stuff for Rashid. Rashid's doing much, much better, and he's working on getting himself a nice place. And as always, I appreciate you guys.